Hello and welcome to Buddhistdoor Global's weekly news review. I'm Justin Whitaker, senior correspondent for BDG, speaking to you from our offices in Hong Kong. In this week's news, from his home in northern India, the Dalai Lama has endorsed last week's global climate strike. His Holiness took to social media to voice support for the millions of people who took to the streets in cities around the world on Friday and over the weekend as part of the historic youth-led global climate strike. His Holiness stated that in a tweet that it is quite right that students and younger generations today have serious concerns about the climate crisis and its effect on the environment. He continued, "They're being very realistic about the future. They see that we need to listen to scientists. We should encourage them." In Thailand, an art student's reimagining of the Buddha as Ultraman has revealed rifts in the Buddhist community. An artist in Thailand has stirred controversy this month over paintings depicting the Buddha as the 1970s Japanese superhero Ultraman. The artist, whose name has been withheld by the authorities for her safety, explained that she wanted to represent the Buddha as a hero who protects the world, just like Ultraman. Following complaints led by a conservative Buddhist group calling itself Buddhist Power of the Land, her work was removed from public exhibition, and she publicly apologized to the chief monk of her province, as well as the provincial governor. Nevertheless, auctioneers persisted, selling off 3 of the works, with the majority of the funds to be donated to local hospitals. In Sri Lanka, the emaciated 70-year-old elephant Tikiri has died. The malnourished female elephant, whose plight captured global headlines in August, died last Tuesday. This was just weeks after shocking images of her condition led to a social media outcry. The Thailand-based Save Elephant Foundation, which first drew attention to Tikiri's plight, shared the news of her passing through a Facebook post. Tikiri reportedly collapsed in August after being forced to walk many kilometers during nightly parades for a Buddhist festival while wearing an elaborate costume. Media reports indicated that she was just one of 60 elephants taking part in the celebrations. In India, the revered Buddhist Lama Wangdor Rinpoche has also passed away. The highly ranking Tibetan Lama, the senior Khenpo at Zigar Monastery in Sopema, or Lotus Lake, in far northern India, passed away last week at the age of 94. His disciples say the remains of their teacher may be mummified once the last rites have been observed, according to Tantric tradition. Wangdor Rinpoche is reported to have died on the 18th of September at his residence in Sopema in the Indian state of Himachal Pradesh. For a week, his body remained in the sleeping Buddha posture, and his followers say the lack of physical decomposition indicates that the Lama is in a deep state of samadhi, an intermediate state between life and death. In the United States, the Zen Buddhist poet and author Ocean Vuong has won a prestigious MacArthur Genius Grant. The 30-year-old writer, who came to the United States at the age of 2 with his Vietnamese parents, was honored last week with one of the MacArthur Foundation's coveted grants, which offer recipients $625,000. His 2016 debut collection of poems, called Night Sky with Exit Wounds, earned him Britain's T.S. Eliot Prize for Poetry. His latest work, a 2019 novel called On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous, was a New York Times bestseller. He is currently an assistant professor in the MFA program for poets and writers at the University of Massachusetts Amherst and plans to use the award funds to help his family. In Spain, a dialogue between Chan Zen Buddhists and Carmelites will take place in Avila in July 2020. The Catholic Order of Discalced Carmelites and the International Center of Teresian and San Juanist Studies of Avila, Spain, in cooperation with the Center of Buddhist Studies at the University of Hong Kong, have officially announced the second world encounter of Teresian mysticism and interreligious dialogue, Chan Zen Buddhism and Carmelite spirituality on love and compassion. The conference will be held next year in the city of Avila on the 22nd to 26th of July. The second Congress in Avila will feature papers and presentations, panel discussions, meditation workshops, chanting ceremonies, and more, all conducted in an atmosphere of conviviality and fraternity. Registration and further information are available via links on our website. And lastly, the Freer and Sackler Galleries have launched a digital catalog of Goryeo Buddhist art. South Korea's Cultural Heritage Administration and the US-based Freer Gallery of Art and Arthur M. Sackler Gallery have launched a new website titled Goryeo Buddhist Painting, A Closer Look. The site showcases Buddhist art from Korea's Goryeo dynasty. The new online catalog serves as a digital repository for all Goryeo-era art currently held in the collections of museums in the United States. It includes high-resolution, detailed images allowing viewers to look closely at rare images and documents. The Goryeo dynasty ruled from 918 until 1392 and oversaw an extensive golden age of commercial, intellectual, and artistic achievement. That is all for this week's BDG News Review. Be sure to check out our website, Buddhistdoor.net, for these stories along with features and special coverage of Buddhism around the world.